Hello and welcome. My name is Allie, if we haven't met yet, and I'm really excited that you're watching into this video because it means that you're ready to expand your repertoire, perhaps to include some essential oils in your health and wellness habits. And that's really exciting because I'll tell you, essential oils can be used to help you and support you in every area that you're trying to level up. Most recently, we've been using a lot of oils for emotional wellness. I've got a teenager, lots of emotional oils, lots of hormone support, lots of pain management as my husband and I pick up our exercise routines. Um, Lots of gut health, right? Like there's a lot that we can do. And so, what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about three cool things for essential oils and three ways to use them. It's really as simple as that. And this is really designed to just help you start to understand the power that you have access to and maybe explore a couple of different oils that are the most used, the top 10 oils. I think we're going to explore maybe 8 or 9 of them today, just to help you start to play a little bit. So here we go. I'm going to just scroll down a smidge. There you go. Now you can see the whole screen. All right, fantastic. So, the first cool thing about doTERRA essential oils is that they're 100% natural and safe. So, there's nothing added to the oil and there's nothing taken away from the oil. They are simply just pure essential oils with no side effects and no addictions. They're safe for everyone, literally babies, children, adults, the elderly, even pregnant mamas. That's how I got started. Oils are extracts from plants that have amazing health benefits. And a pure oil, get this, is 50 to 75 times more powerful than herbs. What does that mean? It means that 1 drop of peppermint essential oil is equivalent to drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea. So they're really, really potent. Now, if you, for some reason, ever get an essential oil in a sensitive part of your body, which I do all the time because I use a lot of oils and I'm just not careful, right? I'm putting peppermint here for a little bit of head tension and then I rub it in my eyeball. Okay, no worries. What you're going to do is you're going to use a carrier oil, like a fractionated coconut oil or an olive oil, even whatever you have on hand. The reason we like the fractionated coconut oil is because it's really good for your skin and it doesn't leave an oily residue. So you're going to remember to wash out any sensitive parts with oil by layering oil on top and not water. Okay. Now, what I love about these oils is the CPTG standard, and that stands for Certified Pure Tested Grade. And it means that these oils are completely pure and potent. What do those two words mean? Well, pure means that there's no foreign contaminants or fillers in our oils. And potent means that each plant was grown in a part of the world where the plant grows best. And this results in the absolute best chemistry for that plant. So when you have the ideal natural chemistry, the oil that's extracted does exactly what we want it to do for our health. Okay. That is the first cool thing about essential oils, that they're 100% natural and safe. Now, this is not an industry standard. Industry standard says if I have a bottle and I can write 100% pure therapeutic grade essential oil on it, as long as there's 3% of the pure stuff. 97% could be filled with junk and you can still label it 100% pure. Okay. So purity is one of the sticking points that we talk about because it really matters, right? We're using these oils not just because they smell good, right? We're not using them to make our houses smell better. We're using them as medicinal plants, like that plant medicine is designed to do for the body. Okay. First cool thing, 100% natural and safe. And we ensure it by, I think it's 54 tests per batch, something insane. And on the bottom of your bottles, you can look up a batch number, go to sourcetoyou.com. You can learn all about our sourcing and look up the test results of that batch of your essential oil. It's pretty incredible. Let's move on to the second cool thing about essential oils. The second cool thing about essential oils is that they're more effective than modern approaches to health problems. Okay, so if you're a medical professional and you're watching this, you're going to be like, snooze, right? Boring. I got this. But this is going to be very elementary, just so that we can make sure that everybody understands. We're going to go back to biology 101. Okay, so we got a cell in the body, right? If you hold up your fist like this, and we know that cells have oily cell membranes on the outside. And this cell membrane protects the cell and it keeps all the good things in and all the bad things out. Now, there are two things that are harmful to our cells: bacteria and viruses. Bacteria usually form on the outside of the cell, and viruses duplicate the DNA on the inside of the cell. Now, all you have to remember is bacteria on the outside and viruses on the inside. So let's say you go to the doctor for a bacterial infection. What would she recommend to you? An antibiotic, right? And after taking that antibiotic in, say, 7 to 10 days in most cases, it would probably clear up the infection. But it comes often with wreaking havoc on your gut, your hormones, and your immune system. There are side effects to that medication. Now, if you had a fire just popped, now if you had a virus like a cold or a flu, what would the doctor say? Go home, drink a lot of water, rest. We have to let the virus run its course. There's a reason for that. The reason why is because most of the modern recommendations for viruses are water-based synthetic agents that often comes with side effects and addictions. And water and oil don't mix, right? So if the recommendation from your doctor is water-based, they will have a really hard time penetrating through the oily cell membrane and stopping the duplication of a virus. But when I learned this, my friend, like it blew my mind. Essential oils are different. They're oil based, which means that they can, in fact, permeate that cell membrane. They work on a cellular level without side effects or addictions, and they can combat two things: the bacteria on the outside, and they can prevent the duplication of viruses on the inside. And this is why they are so often more effective than those modern approaches of medicine that we all have access to. Okay, that's the second cool thing about essential oils. Now, the third cool thing about essential oils is that they're often cheaper than traditional medical care. Okay. And let me explain how that works. Let's say that you have incredible medical insurance, right? You don't pay anything for a copay. You don't pay anything for a prescription, right? We're going to still attempt to make it cheaper than $0 if you have incredible healthcare. Here's what happens in my family when, let's say that one of my kids, I have 4 daughters, one of my kids has an ear infection. In fact, this happened last night. Okay. What do? We rub 2 drops of lavender essential oil and 2 drops of Melaleuca tea tree essential oil around the ear, never inside the ear, just around the ear. Put them to bed. Okay. 12 hours later, they wake up. The infection is cleared up. That cost me about 64 cents, okay, for that dose for an ear infection. Now, whether it costs you $20 for a copay in the prescription or whether it costs you 0 because you live in a country with free medical care or you have killer insurance, essential oils are still less expensive than the gas in the car that you pay to go to the doctor's office. This also doesn't include, let's say you have to take half a day of work off, right? Maybe for this emergency, or we haven't even taken into account the antibiotics. They harm your gut. So you might have to buy an extra probiotic for a week or two to fix the damage, which is even more money. My friend, we save hundreds of dollars a year in medical costs because of essential oils. You cannot afford to not use natural solutions if medical finances cause you anxiety. Okay. And that is why essential oils are cheaper than traditional medical care. And that's the third cool thing about essential oils. Okay. So you can see here on our screen here, perfect. We have pure, effective, and affordable. Now, let's have a look at these 3 essential oils that we have here. Peppermint. Man, peppermint is unbelievable for combating high body temperatures, be it menopause or a fever. It's incredible for digestive support, for waking up. It's like my afternoon pick me up if I'm not going for any caffeine, which is fantastic. And then On Guard. Oh, On Guard. To me, it's like Christmas in a bottle. It's like the holidays in a bottle. Okay. On Guard is a blend of 5 essential oils that are designed to boost the immune system in your body. Okay. On Guard, it is clove and cinnamon and eucalyptus and rosemary and wild orange. It's an amazing tea if you're starting to come down with something. It makes an amazing mouthwash. for dental health. That clove in there is fantastic. And it's what goes in our diffuser whenever there's people around, right, to combat any germs that are flying along in the air. Okay, On Guard is fantastic. And then lavender they call the Swiss Army knife of essential oils because it is so versatile. Okay, for every body system, literally, it's fantastic for the skin. It's awesome for burns in the kitchen or sunburns from the sun. It's an amazing first aid oil. It's a sleep oil. It's an emotional support oil. There are so many things that lavender can do that it's one of those oils that we just never run out of. In fact, these three oils are oils that we never run out of. And you can look here. So this little ATI over here, what does that mean? ATI indicates how you can use the essential oils. So A, T, and I, notice down here, 3 ways to use essential oils. We have A, T, and I. So just notice, yes, you can use most of our oils internally, right? That is incredibly rare in the world of essential oils. In fact, if you go to Whole Foods or wherever there are essential oils on a shelf, it'll say 100% pure therapeutic grade on the front side. You'll flip it over and it'll say, do not ingest. Why can't I ingest this peppermint oil? I can ingest peppermint tea. The peppermint plant is ingestible. The lavender plant is ingestible. Why can't I ingest it? It's because there's chemicals in it that are unsafe. If you cannot ingest an essential oil, should you be putting it on your skin? Because your skin is ingesting it, right? It's slower. It's a different process. But if something is not digestible, it is not pure, it does not belong in your diffuser, you're breathing it, right? No one would be in a smoky room and say, this is good for my health. No, right? Same thing here. So how do we use our essential oils? Okay, we'll go through these oils here in a little bit, but let's just focus on the top. Okay, so how do we use the essential oils? Super, super easily. In fact, it's like healthcare on the run, really. Okay, the first way that we use essential oils is aromatically. Okay, so up here, if you can see my little screen, if you take your finger and pinch right above the bridge of your nose, okay, right under here is your olfactory nerve. Okay, we can take our fingers off because we look silly. Okay, now this nerve sends messages to the limbic system in our brain. That's back here, which in turn sends signals all over the body. Now, some people think it's kind of hokey to say that oils could affect your body just by smelling them, but let me illustrate. Now, when you go to the hospital for surgery and you need to be put under anesthesia, how do they deliver the anesthesia? Okay, think about that. They don't give you a pill, and they usually don't even give you a shot. They ask you to breathe through a mask and count to 10. Most of us are like completely under before we even get anywhere close to 10. So what's happening? When you breathe those synthetic compounds through the mask, your olfactory system is powerful enough to send signals all over your body to knock you out in under 10 seconds. In fact, this pathway is the fastest way to access the brain. Now, this happens the exact same way with natural compounds found in essential oils. When you breathe in these natural compounds from the essential oils, they hit that olfactory nerve, and the olfactory nerve sends signals to the limbic system, which in turn sends signals to the rest of your body. And this can happen, get this, in as little as 30 seconds. Now, there are a few ways to use essential oils aromatically. You can breathe them right from your hands, right? You put a drop in. Okay, this is fantastic for that peppermint up there I was telling you about. Or you can put them in a diffuser, or you can breathe them right from the bottle, even, which is super cool. Okay. Now let's have a look at a couple of the oils that I absolutely love aromatically. Okay. Wild orange. Now you can see, you can use it aromatically, topically, internally. This is like sunshine in a bottle. Okay. It doesn't just smell good. It's one of my favorites for those that are struggling with depression or emotional dysregulation. It's amazing as a detox in water. I made a birthday cake for my daughter this month and I put it in the cream cheese frosting, carrot cake, and cream cheese frosting with that. It was delicious. It's also a great cleaner. So we put it in our homemade household cleaners. And again, it doesn't just smell good, it's actually going in there and doing things to positively impact our emotional body. Okay. This next one is easy air. Now notice there's no I here, so we're not doing easy air internally. But man, Easy Air is the respiratory blend, and it is fantastic for opening our airways. You can rub it on the chest topically as well, or you just put a drop or two in the hand and inhale 5 or 6 times super deeply. We put it, one of my girls was born with congenital heart disease and her oxygen levels are a challenge. We put it in her bedside diffuser so that she can be breathing it in all through the night. In fact, we tested her oxygen levels and pre-surgery, she was at 84%. Easy Air brought her up to 87%, which is an incredible transition and shift when you're sitting at 84% oxygen levels. So Easy Air is miraculous essential oil for those who struggle with allergies or breathing issues, asthma, those sorts of things. Easy Air is fantastic. Now, let's go on to topical use. Now, this one is pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. If it hurts, rub it. If there's a problem, rub it, right? You can actually apply oils directly to the skin. And with children or people with sensitive skin, you'll want to dilute them first with a bit of fractionated coconut oil. Okay. It's just as effective. It just takes a bit longer to absorb, which is not a bad thing. My favorite place is the bottoms of the feet. Applying oils on the bottoms of the feet. Our feet were designed to soak up all that goodness and then it delivers to the body where the body needs it. And this is great for babies too. If you have teeny tiny little babies, the bottoms of their feet with a sock on, they're not going to put their foot in their mouth. They're not going to get it in their eye. It's a fantastic place for babies. The pores on the bottoms of your feet are really big and the oil absorbs very quickly into the bloodstream. It's really a great way to get oils into your system fast. Bless me. That happens all the time. That is actually how I sneeze. Okay, so I want you to think for a second what health concerns might be best for topical use of essential oils. Like if you have a tummy ache, like my little one did last night after we went out to a restaurant, we put the digestive blend on her belly. Yeah. Headache, you can put it on your head. If you have pain, like muscle pain, right? You can rub it on wherever you're feeling pain. Um, what happens though, if you have like a fever, there's no fever organ, right? We're going to use our spine as like a super highway. And the spine is going to go ahead and deliver the essential oil where it's needed. We use a lot of oils on the bottoms of the feet and on the spine. Okay. So, second way to use essential oils is topically. And I'm going to look at these two oils. Yeah, all of these can be used. Okay. So Deep Blue is a blend for tension and for pain relief. It has an essential oil and it has a rub with the essential oil. It's an incredible massage blend. It's what I use for, I've got a couple disc issues in my spine. We use it there, post-workout, pre-workout, end of a long day, foot massage. Oh my gosh, it's divine. Notice this is not for internal use. However, this is wrong because this absolutely is used for internal use. So there's an error on this sheet. I apologize for that. But frankincense. Frank is one of those unbelievably powerful essential oils. Actually, they call it the king of the oils because Frank has a special property where it goes into the cell and it looks intentionally for broken cells. What in the world is a broken cell? A broken cell is a cell where it's replicating. I'm trying to stay compliant here. It's replicating incorrectly. Okay, maybe something's growing when it shouldn't be growing. Frank goes in, tries to fix the cell, tries to rewire the cell. If it can't fix it, it will cause natural cell death, which is a process called apoptosis. It will actually kill the cell. So I had two TRAD3 nodules on my thyroid, which is like the pre-big C word. And my mom had thyroid C when she was 30. So I started putting Frank 2 drops under my tongue morning and night, and then rubbing it directly on my thyroid. 6 months later, 0 nodules, none. It went in and it took care of them. Okay. It's fabulous for wrinkles on the skin, for anti-aging. Frank is one of those that if you do not know which oil to use, you're going to use frankincense. Okay. Now, finally, internal use of essential oils. Not only like is it safe to use our oils internally, it's actually recommended. And it's the CPTG quality standard that means that they are medicinal grade. They are completely safe to ingest, unlike most other brands. Now, how do we do it? You can put it right in your mouth. You can drink them in water, right? So I've got my orange oil in my water. You're going to want to use metal or glass, not plastic. Okay. Ooh, it's actually orange and grapefruit, which is a wonderful detoxing combination. Okay. You can also put them in a veggie cap. Okay. See that little, let me point over here to you. This little guy, that is a bottle of empty veggie capsules. And you can just open up and show you. They're in my vitamin kit. So these guys. Okay, you drop your oils in and then you swallow it like a little homemade remedy. That's great if the oils are warm oils, or if you don't like the flavor of the oils, you can go ahead and put them in a veggie cap. Okay? Fantastic way to use your essential oils internally. Now, I want you to think about a couple of things that you would use internal use for. For example, digestive distress, right? Get the oils into your belly. You can also rub them topically. For digestive distress, I probably wouldn't be using them in my diffuser. Yeah, I'm going to rub them on my belly. I'm going to put them in my body. Actually, my favorite is right under the tongue. It's another fantastic pathway. Maybe you've had some allopathic medicine that, you dissolve under your tongue because it goes direct bloodstream. It's so fast. So oils under the tongue is a fantastic way if you like the taste, or I do it even when I don't like the taste, because let's be honest, I'm not using them to taste good. I'm using them for the medicinal benefit. Okay. Allergies, we use a lot of internal use for allergies, detox, sleep. You even make a lavender tea, not a full drop of lavender. It's super strong. Um, we do a lot for, again, like that frank under the tongue for any cellular benefits that you're looking for. For me, this was proactive, because I knew I had something going on, but I do it every day just to, no, this was reactive. Sorry, this was reactive. I'm missing a word. We do it proactively because I want that frank to go in and find cells that are even undetectable. Yeah. So that is the last way that we use essential oils internally. And these are oils that we use every day. Now, Zengest, it's Digest Zen, Digest Z, depending on the market. This is a miraculous essential oil for anyone who struggles with gut challenges. This one, man, I don't know what it is about it, but it has saved me more times than I can count. I just love it. I love the flavor because it has anise in it and it's like black licorice, which for me, I love right under my tongue when I'm in trouble. And I am like, it's literally like that. Lemon, any citrus oils, lemon oil, wild orange oil. There's lime oil and grapefruit oil and a couple of blends of the citrus oils. They're all fantastic for detoxing the body. So a super easy morning routine. First thing before your coffee, before your tea, do a warm cup of water with a drop or two of lemon. Now, what is it doing? It doesn't just taste good. It's actually going in and priming every cell in your body to absorb and to take on the yummy nutrition that you're going to feed your body that day. Okay. And if you're one that uses like lemon in your water, but like the actual lemon, over time, you're going to note that the enamel on your mouth is going, or on your teeth is going to wear away, and you could develop a severe case of sensitivity on your teeth. Essential oils, they don't have vitamins, they don't have minerals, and they don't have acid. Okay. They literally are just the essential oil from the plant. And so you don't have to worry about that with daily use of lemon oil. Okay. And so you can see that there are some powerful tools that you can use at your disposal. Okay, let me just review real quick. 3 ways to use aromatic, beautiful diffuser here, topical and internal. And why should we use them? Because they work and they save us tons of money. Yes, it's an initial investment up front, but it saves me tons of time and tons of money. And in fact, let me stop share so you can see my face. Okay. Um, before I got started with the oils, I was like that mom that was petrified of my kids going to school and coming back with germs, and then it would cycle, and then I'd miss work. Like I totally was there. And then we adopted a little girl with a severe, literally born with half of a heart. And so her health and the environment that we were creating at home became paramount. Okay. I have struggled with autoimmune and adrenals and a whole bunch of stuff that oils helped, right? It kept me thriving despite all this stuff that was going on in the wellness of my family. And so I highly encourage you, like, where do you go from here, right? There's a top 10 kit that if you want to add that to your LRP, start with the top 10. Even if you master the top 10 essential oils, you will be able to handle 80 to 85% of the things that your family is experiencing on a day to day basis, or you're experiencing on a day to day basis. There are emotional oils if emotions is what you're working on. There are fitness oils if you're working on your fitness. There are essential oils in all of our supplements. So if you're like, oils, meh, but maybe you want to start incorporating a couple more of the incredible supplements that we have. Ask on the group for recommendations. Use your monthly personalized wellness consult. You can come to me and say, Allie, I'm dealing with this, and this. What do you recommend? Right? Use that time wisely. And we're here for you to make sure that you have access to all of these unbelievable tools that will and are leveling up every area of your wellness. So thanks for staying with me today. I hope that you learned something new. I remember my class being like, where has this world of essential oils been while I was struggling so deeply in as you know, in my mothering and in my just my own body, getting healing for my own body. And so I hope that you are encouraged and inspired to try something new today.